Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the F5 Weekend Refresh. We've got some really interesting stories today and some cool updates to talk about. Please make sure to hit the like button if you're enjoying the video and subscribe to us for more weekly gaming videos. With all that being said, let's dive right in here. For fans of Rocket League, Psyonix is dropping their latest game mode this month. Rocket League Rumble is a new battleground coming to Rocket League, where players will not only be trying to score goals, but also disrupt the enemy team with power-ups. You'll be able to freeze the ball, knock back enemies, create devastating tornadoes, pull the ball over to you, and much more. Rocket League is well known for adding a lot of variety to their game modes. Snow Day was available in the winter, and players could play hockey with their cars, while Hoops was available during the NBA playoffs and allowed people to shoot up into a basketball hoop. With the new edition of Rumble, I think fans are going to have a blast. It's a nice way to step back from the standard playlist and experience a brand new addition to the game. Some more talk about Battlefield 1 has people eager to play the game. The beta is out right now, but DICE came out and talked about their map design this time around. Weather now plays a major role in Battlefield, whether it's a thick fog that makes stealth easier, or heavy rain that can make it harder to see while flying. The team has also redone the destruction of buildings. A large tower that was once in the center of the map can now be destroyed, giving the players a longer view across the map. This could result in more players switching from assault classes to sniper classes. There will be some obstacles that can't be destroyed no matter what you try. This ensures that assault classes or snipers still have access to a little bit of cover, but the majority of the map is destructible. DICE is looking for dynamic gameplay in Battlefield 1. You have to be able to change your playstyle and understand different elements of the map design in order to truly succeed. The Battlefield franchise is one of the few that actually does a great job with map destruction, and I have no doubt that these updates will benefit their goal. You now have to change the way you play based on how the enemy plays, as well as how the map is altered throughout the course of the match. Adapting your playstyle will be the key to success when you hop online in Battlefield 1. Ubisoft, the company behind Assassin's Creed, has many major releases, as well as a small pool of free-to-play games. Over the weekend, it was announced that their little pool might be evaporating pretty quickly, with 3 of their free-to-play games being shut down before the end of the year. These games are Tom Clancy's End War, Might and Magic Duels of the Champions, and perhaps most surprisingly, The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot was just released last February and received quite a bit of attention. Now the attention didn't last for long, and people eventually put their controllers down, but the game definitely had some hype around release time. The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot will be shut down on October 25th, and the other 2 games will be shut down on the 31st of October. Ubisoft will not be updating the games at all from here on out. There's no longer an option to purchase in-game currency with cash anymore, and Ubisoft hasn't said anything about refunding players for the money that they've already spent. There probably isn't a major fan base for these games, but I know if I spent a lot of money on a game I enjoyed and it was just suddenly shut down, I'd be pretty upset if I didn't get some of my money back. This week Nintendo started talking a little bit about their plans with the new NX console. While there are still plenty of rumors and not a ton of information getting out, fils-aime, Nintendo's president and meme extraordinaire, shared his views on the ups and downs of the Wii U and how he's going to use that to better prepare for the NX launch. When talking about the success of the Wii U, Reggie said, "We continue to believe that the innovation of the second screen was a worthwhile concept. Arguably, if you line up all of the single-platform games for Wii U and the other 2 platforms, we have by far the most unique games that are highly rated by consumers and highly rated by the media." Reggie then continued to talk about the failures of the Wii U, stating, "One of the things that we have to do better when we launch the NX, we have to do a better job communicating the positioning for the product. We have to do a better job helping people to understand its uniqueness and what that means for the game playing experience. And we have to do a better job from a software planning standpoint to have that continuous beat of great new games that are motivating more and more people to pick up the hardware and more people to pick up the software." The Wii U had the majority of great games come out long after its release, and even still, there weren't that many gotta-have-it games for the system. If the NX wants to compete with the PS4 and Xbox One for console gaming, and compete with smartphones for mobile gaming, the NX needs to hit the scene really hard. Cryptastic, one of our own over here at Gamers Unite, took to Overwatch this week to hunt down the infamous Sombra. His video can be found on the channel as well, and you can see for yourself just how elusive she can be. Overwatch has been blowing up about Sombra for months now. She's this mysterious killer that nobody can track down. At this point, Blizzard might have her completely ready for launch, but just continues to string people along for the sake of publicity. If that's the case, I think that's pretty ridiculous. Everybody knows about Overwatch, everybody has seen Overwatch at some point. Publicity isn't something that the game needs right now, and if they're continuing to carry this mystery for months and months without any answers or gameplay, people will eventually lose interest. This is probably the peak point of the hype, and Blizzard should make a release pretty soon if they want this charade to be worthwhile. If you're interested in the Sombra hype, be sure to check the channel for Cryptastic's video. He checks out all of the places people have reported seeing Sombra and tries to uncover some new information. Next up is Square Enix's new puzzle game, The Turing Test. For those of you that don't know what a Turing test is, it's the way we would gauge whether or not a computer has achieved artificial intelligence. That being said, the game is about puzzles and artificial intelligence in machines. It's a sci-fi space game and is the first puzzle game to be released by Square Enix. You play as Ava Turing as she leads an investigation on a research base on Jupiter's moon Europa. Along the way, she learns about odd events at the station. To me, the game looks a little bit like Portal in terms of environment, but it's a very different experience. I don't think the two games share any similarities other than the fact that the textures look similar and the game has robots. You can feel free to check it out on the Steam store and on the Xbox One Marketplace for only $20 today. Also this week, the No Man's Sky news continues as Bungie threw a couple swings at Hello Games. Destiny's world designer Steve Cotton talked this week about his thoughts and feelings about No Man's Sky. There's been a lot of controversy floating around about No Man's Sky basically taking the same user interface that Destiny uses. Menu items and upgrade trees are very similar between the two games, and Cotton actually joked about this in his interview. When asked about No Man's Sky, Cotton said that he didn't agree with using algorithms to create worlds. Games that are actually handcrafted and designed purposefully offer a better gaming experience to players. If a world has procedural generation, it lacks the careful placement and reason behind why things are there. Cotton continued to say that if you create a world to explore but there's nothing to do in it, people get bored. Now, creating a game is more than just having a ton of space for players to navigate through. It's about engaging people in a storyline and giving players a reason to pick up the game. By offering the players repetitive experiences and no storyline as a backbone, what gives players a reason to return? No Man's Sky is an easy game to forget, and the only reason it will be remembered is due to its incredibly awful reviews and overall failure as a game. The popular MMO EVE Online will be going free to play with their November update, Clone States. Basically, they're tying in the free-to-play users with a storyline so it doesn't seem odd that the game doesn't force a subscription on you anymore. The update says, technological advancements in New Eden have led to a new way of manufacturing and augmenting clones, unlocking the possibility for a variety of distinct clone states. With this technology, clone manufacturers can now build and distribute clones which possess a base state, the alpha state. They can be enhanced or otherwise altered to achieve other states, but the alpha state will always exist underneath. The state of a given clone may affect its access to trained skills, its ability to train new ones, or the rate at which new skills are acquired. So basically, you can either be an alpha clone or a free user, or an omega clone, which is a paid user. The difference between the two is stark. An alpha clone gets racial skills, the ability to train in Tech 1 frigates, destroyers and cruisers, and essential weapons. Omega clones, however, get all the benefits of current subscribers and can learn skills faster. If an Omega clone becomes an Alpha clone by running out of money or whatever happens, they don't lose their advanced skills, but they do become locked until they go Omega again. So while the game does still offer subscriptions for more content, it will no longer be necessary to pay in November. This could quickly turn into a pay-to-win game, but we're just going to have to see what happens when the update drops. Wrapping up the episode today, we have Dual Universe. For those of you that haven't heard of Dual Universe, it's an extremely ambitious space game. The developers wanted the game to include custom player creation of buildings and spaceships, gameplay based entirely on player interactions, player-based politics and economy, beautiful visuals, and plenty of exploration elements. Community is going to play a huge role in the success of this game. People need to remain interested and constantly playing, which is always a difficult task for a developer. The game could be doing phenomenal for a few months, and as players begin to thin out, the game could fall off. You never know, and these game models are always very risky. So far, the game looks pretty great. They're in pre-alpha, so a lot of what they currently have are just placeholders for the final product. With the overall failure of No Man's Sky, Dual Universe might have just gotten a ton of new fans. No Man's Sky proved that the world is begging for an amazing space game. Whether that's found in Dual Universe, Star Citizen, or perhaps neither of them, these space titles will hopefully give players a lot of entertainment. Dual Universe is also confirmed to have a functioning multiplayer that will be a crucial part of the game. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel every couple of days and look at the website daily. Bringing you the latest and greatest news, this is Sheldon with Gamers Unite. We hope to see you soon.
you.